Hey, welcome everyone. Really excited for this. Welcome to TestMu Conference 2026, the 5th annual one. And I've had the pleasure to open every single one of them. So I'm really excited about this event. If you notice, they've grown a ton. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of people are like, what's this TestMu? Well, TestMu has been the name of this conference, but actually Lambda Test recently rebranded, and in honor of the community, they call themselves now TestMu AI. So if you see TestMu AI, that is what Lambda Test, it's Lambda Test's new name. So just something to keep a heads up on for throughout this event, because you're going to see a lot of people from TestMu AI speaking here. And I think you can get a lot of awesome value from it. So I'm really excited for this. Tell me what you're excited for. I want to make this as engaging as possible. So drop in the chat, say hello. Tell me if there's a session, a topic you're most interested in, because I'd like to know what you all are waiting for. I'm terrible with names, so I'll just say, I see Santosh here. How you doing, Santosh? Bharat. All right, very nice. This also is a new platform, so really excited for the platform. I think we have over 75,000 people registered for this event and over, I think, 80 sessions. So there is a lot going on. So definitely get as much as you can. I would try to interact as much as you can. They have a lot of things going on with prizes, a lot of sessions. So definitely you want to make sure you participate as much as possible. All right. I see a lot of greetings. Good, good, good. Hello, hello. Hey, everyone. Good morning to all. Hey, Bruce. Someone said, hey, Joe. This is going by fast, though. Cool, cool. All right. Good to see everyone. Yeah, Estonia is in the house. Very nice, very nice. All right. As I said, this is the 5th edition of the TestMu's flagship conference. And so really is a milestone and really excited for it. It's going to be 3 days of awesomeness. So there's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of networking. And we want to really make sure we come together as a community. We build together. You share your ideas in the chat. It's not just about the speakers. It's also about you and insights that you can share along the way as well. So we really want to make it as interactive as possible. So one way of doing that is dropping something in the chat, dropping a tip, a tool, a technique with someone in here as well. And also, you never know who you meet at these conferences. Sometimes you may make lifelong connections or even job opportunities. So you never know. So take advantage of it as well. The chat is spinning by. Like I said, there's over 75,000 people registered. So really excited for this. As you notice throughout the years since we started the first one till now, there really has been a huge shift in focus for testers. And I think this conference was created specifically to address the most common issues I know a lot of you are seeing. I know a lot of people are seeing it in my community as well. And that is really the shift to agentic AI, or the agentic shift is what people are calling it. So, in 2025 and before, AI really was an experiment and in engineering and testing, and a lot of people were doubting it. But now everyone I see, let me know in the chat if you agree, it's everywhere. And actually, every day it seems like it's getting better and better, and I've been seeing it become more and more helpful. So let me know in the chat if you think AI is a real thing now. Before, a lot of people were kind of questioning it, but now I think for sure it is happening, and that's why this conference is created, to help you get a handle of all the things you need to know going forward this year and in the new year, around all the new techniques you're going to need to know about around AI, how to test AI, how to do evals, prompt foo, all the things. How do you validate an agentic build? How do you trust an AI agent in the QA workflow? It's still, when I do a poll, how many people actually trust the AI, it's really low. I think to actually make this or make the transition, we need to start trusting AI. How do we trust AI? Well, we need to learn how to put in guardrails, how to really test it, how to really kind of, we need to evolve with the times as well, not to be afraid for AI, but really embrace it. Because a lot of times AI, there is a lot of hype around it. And I think as testers, we really need to embrace it and really tell our management, be the leaders within our organizations of what it can do, what it can't really do, and really show the way how you test AI properly. How do you test these agents? As you see, as these agents go live, if we're not testing them correctly, it's going to be a world of hurt for our customers and for our companies. So we really need to learn all these techniques. And that's why events like this, a free event, 3 days, is really going to, I think, gear you up to really know how to test these things. So definitely pay attention. Make sure to get to as many sessions as possible. Someone keeps asking for certifications. I believe there will be a certification at some point, but that'll be announced. So you want to stay all the way to the end to this event, because they're announcing a lot of big things. So I said there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of things that are going to affect, I think, your future, your career path, and more. And what that looks like for a quality engineer as we enter in the new year as well. And this isn't just hype. I've been traveling the world at TestGuild IRLs with TestMu and been seeing their 𝐂𝐨 AI in action. And it's really fulfilling a lot of things that people have been saying AI can do, but not really being able to see it in action. So you definitely want to make sure if you haven't checked out things like Keen AI and all the awesome solutions, AI solutions from TestMu that you definitely do as well. We also have some awesome keynotes coming up. We have Francesca from Microsoft. We have folks from all these different type of companies. We have Thomas from Entire. We have Donna, who's going to be working or works for enterprise AI advocacy at Microsoft. We have someone from Replit. We have some awesome folks like CEO of Quality AI from Andrew Duncan. So a lot of awesome keynotes as well from people that aren't only practitioners, but they also have seen or their hand, CEOs, their directors. They really have a high level view of as well of what AI can and cannot do also. So you're going to get all kinds of perspectives here. You're going to get hands-on perspectives from real people doing the work every day. And you're also going to get perspectives from thought leaders. You're going to get perspectives from people like CEOs and CTOs. And you have an awesome lineup. Andrew Knight is going to be here. I know how people know the Automation Panda. I'm always excited to see him. I interviewed him recently all about how he's actually using AI with his development team. And I was actually surprised by how much he's been able to accomplish. If you don't know, Andy doesn't hype. He actually speaks the truth. So when Andy says AI is really working for him, I would listen. And a lot of these speakers as well, like I said, they're hands-on, they're doing real-world implementation. So definitely, you want to make sure to check them all out because I think it's going to give you the real deal of what AI can do and can't do within testing. So I'm just checking the chat here. So a lot of people, hopefully someone says not able to hear. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I think so. All right, we have Germany in the house. Awesome. I tried building automation frameworks from scratch and it did awesome. Only need to know how to give prompt and which models to choose. That's true. And also, as we get into this prompting and what models to use, I think using what models, that's a good point. Whoever wrote that in the chat, it's going to become more important because certain models are more expensive than others and certain models are better for certain type of activities and also costs. So that's a great point. Being aware of all the models that are available, which models are right for what things for you, which models you can use. If it's a lower model to do maybe the test generation, you maybe just use a frontier model to do the planning, things like that for sure. Token price really is the biggest thing. And that's what's great about using a solution like TestMu has for Keen AI is that you don't necessarily need to worry about tokens up front. Obviously, you're consuming tokens, but they handle all that for you behind the scenes, I believe. So that's a big value add as well. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of deep dives here around that, like agentic AI workflows. I think I saw some on autonomous quality engineering, building trustworthy AI agents, AI evals, and they're definitely going to cover LLM costs. That's a big thing. So definitely, if that's something I know we should all be worried about, you want to make sure to get that session as well. Well, we have people from all over the world. We have Philippines in the house. Hey, Mookie. Hey, Rudolph. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, well, thank you, everyone. Like as I said, we want to make this as interactive as possible. One way to do it is to chat, say hello, say where you're from, tell me what you're most interested in seeing. And I think this is going to be a great event. Like I say, 3 days. There's a lot of content here, and it's all free, and it's all going to be available over these next 3 days. So you definitely want to take advantage of it and interact and get as many as you want. And also, there's all different types of topics as well. So make sure you try to get in as many sessions as well. Even if a session doesn't necessarily apply to you, you never know what you'll learn from a session and have a takeaway. It just takes one big takeaway from this event to really accelerate your career or even a technique you're doing in your business. So take advantage of it. Like this is crazy. 80 sessions, over 80 sessions free. Really great stuff. Why do you think about the upcoming expense AI models? Any tips to get the token costs less? So, Javon, I know there's a lot of people actually building wrappers on top of these models that really do a lot of caching behind the scenes. So the first run of a test, maybe it uses the tokens, but then the next runs, it's using cached information. That's one way that I've been seeing people save on tokens. Also, you'd be surprised using a model like Gemini Flash to do things is very inexpensive compared to, say, one of these frontier models. So it's really knowing what model to use for what particular activity. So you definitely want, like I said, we're going to have sessions here on actually how to use or get LLM cost optimization. So you want to check out that session. Someone probably could drop it in the chat, but it's actually going to be a great session for you there as well. We also have a lot of panel discussions going on quality engineering strategies across enterprises, things like retail, I think financial services. I saw something in healthcare, large scale engineering. So A lot of great stuff. All right, Jevin. Yeah, definitely check that out. I'd love to know your thoughts once you see that session. Tell me what you learned. That would be great. What do you think about the current test management systems? Which best to work? Well, it all depends on. I always say there's not one perfect tool. Obviously, I say if TestMu has something, try that first. But if not, you should try everything because every company, every organization is different, and also every team's different. So what may be good for one team may not be great for you. So I would highly recommend if you do or you're trying to look into tools, try a bunch of different tools, put them through a 2-day proof of concept within your team, a really true, a true 2-week sprint, and see how it works for you. Because one tool may work different in your environment and your expectations than another. So that's a really hard question. What tool is the best? But definitely check it out. Someone said here, Simrat made an AI use OS like real iOS, like AI saying manage data set, $150 million. That's very cool. All right. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat. Will automation be affected by absolutely, Amina. How will AI be affected? How will testing be affected by AI? I don't know if you've actually tried some of these things now. So I've been messing around with things like Grokbot and Manus, and Grokbot, I was able to get up and running, and I created a QA engineer. And every time I check in code now, it actually validates the code. I didn't tell it anything. It's all intent based. So it's crazy where we're going. Should we trust these straight out? Absolutely not. Is it really testing? I'd say it's more like sanity checks right now. But things like TestMu have real solutions that can help you scale these things. That give you best practices that are baked into the solution. So if you haven't checked out Keen in a while, definitely check it out. I think they have a new CLI. I think CLI is a way actually you can actually use CLI now over MCPs to save money as you're interacting with it in your like cursor or IDEs. So a lot of things going on. Vibe testing, any tips, tricks, or experience to share? Yeah, so as I mentioned, I have a bunch of videos. I'm not here to promote myself, but if you go to my YouTube channel, I have videos of me actually showing vibe testing. Um, and if you see them like using, like I said, either Grokbot or Manus or any of these things, they do testing, but it's really more sanity. It doesn't really go into what we need to know as testing experts. So what I think, being old, is I started off as a tester, and then I got into more. I'm an automation engineer, and all of a sudden, oh, we're all developers now. We need to know about code. We need to know about page objects. We need to know about all the guts of the plumbing. Really, that had nothing to do with testing. So I think we got off course. I think now with AI, we get to go back to be real testers. So if you want to know how to be great at AI, you need to use your mind, learn how to test, and learn your business domain. Because that way, AI will never, it's never going to replace you. It may replace the plumbing. It may maybe abstract a lot of the page objects we don't care about anymore. You don't have to care about necessarily programming languages anymore. You just need to understand what the output is and is it correct as a user, as a real human, and being able to test it to say, okay, this is right, this is not correct. So that's something we're going to learn throughout these sessions. My time's running out, but take advantage of a lot of these networking opportunities, connect with like-minded practitioners here, check out all the partners. There's a lot of good partners here as well. Visit the booths. There's a lot of booths here. Talk to the teams, take part in all the raffles. There's a ton of raffles. Not only do you get to get awesome sessions, but you get a lot of awesome prizes. So I'm really excited about our upcoming keynote. You want to stick around for it because I think it's going to be all about the era of AI from QA to trust engineering. We have two awesome speakers. So definitely stick around. Hopefully you're excited like I am. Let's keep the energy up. Let's keep the chats going. Really excited for this. And let's check out our next session. Thank you everyone for joining me. Appreciate you all. Hopefully I didn't overspeak. All right. That's good. I'm glad, John, you don't agree with me.